Hello, this is a video for the students of PA Part 3 English Literature. We will be talking about a literary term, paradox, in this video lecture. Paradox is actually a statement or an opinion seeming to be self contradictory, which may really be well founded or true. Actually, paradox is a statement. It expresses an opinion which, when we hear for the first time, it appears to be self contradictory. The argument seems to contradict itself, but when we go deeper into the meaning, when we try to rationalize or when we try to focus on what is being said, we may actually realize that it is well founded or what is said is true. So, this kind of a thing which superficially appears to be self contradictory, but in the depth of it, it is well founded or it is based on truth. Such a statement or opinion is called paradox. Paradox is aimed to pinpoint the attention of the reader to a consideration of the particular point in a fresh manner. For example, there is a very famous Shakespearean drama where Shakespeare says, "Cowards die many times before their death." Or if we take a quotation from Wordsworth, it's very famous, "The child is father of the man." In these two statements, the opinion seems to be self contradictory because when Shakespeare says, "Cowards die many times before their death," so the original idea is death, and death comes only once in a person's life. But when Shakespeare says कि a person dies, a coward dies many times before his death, he wants to convey that it is not actually the final death, it is actually the death of his faith, of his belief, of his strength, of his power. He feels like dying, he feels like something of him is dead because he has not been able to fulfill what he wanted to fulfill. And in this manner, the coward feels that he faces death many times before his actual final death. And in the same manner, child is supposed to be an offspring of man. But when Wordsworth says the child is father of men, he wants to communicate that actually the child also becomes the father of a man. Sometimes a paradox may form the basis of an entire poem, as we find in John Donne's sonnet, "Death Be Not Proud," in which he has concluded in these words, "One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die." Actually, there is a belief in Christianity that after death there will be a doomsday, and on doomsday everyone on the earth will be dead, and there will be a day of resurrection, or which they call Judgment's Day, and on that Judgment's Day every dead will live once again. So John Donne is actually indicating to that judgment's day when there will be no more death for human beings. And in this manner, he wants to communicate that on that particular judgment's day, when every dead will be again living, there will be no more death, and therefore death will be dead then. So it may appear paradoxical, it may appear self contradictory. How can death die? But when he indicates about judgment's day, when everyone will be once again living, we can say the paradox is founded on truth. Although paradox is used by almost all the poets, and it is a very popular device in poetry, but metaphysical poets used it as a central device in their poetry, in both their religious as well as secular poems. Paradox is a central concern of many new critics also. Cleant Brooks is one of the very famous modern critics, and he claims that the language of poetry is the language of paradox. It's a very popular quotation by Cleant Brooks. Such critics extend the application of the term paradox from the rhetorical figure to include all common perceptions or commonplace opinions. If the paradoxical utterance combines two terms that are contrary in ordinary uses, it is called an oxymoron. Now we are talking about one more literary term which is very close in meaning with paradox. Oxymoron can be explained by the example from Tennyson's poem, in which he writes, "O death in life, the days that are no more." Or we can quote a very famous example from Paradise Lost, written by Milton, "Darkness visible." Here the poet has used two words, darkness visible, and Tennyson has used death in life. So these poets are combining two words, they are combining two terms which are actually contrary in their ordinary use, death and life. If there is life, there cannot be death. And if one says death in life, we can very well understand the realism of it. And if we say darkness visible, we can visualize that if there is a place where there is no shred of light, there is no flake of light, then what will be visible? Only darkness will be visible. So we can say these two paradoxical words, these two contradictory words are combined together, and in this manner, when these two words are used in a single term, as a single term, in a single phrase, then it is called oxymoron. So students, I hope this makes sense. You have understood what is a paradox and how we can compare it with oxymoron. Thank you. That's all for today.